Well, go on, everybody. Lennox here from Simple123 Trader. This is the weekly outlook for the currencies, futures, indices, cryptos for the week of March 27th to April 1st. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to start off with the US dollar. And again, as usual, the US dollar is what our members in the Simple123 Trader group look at to get a handle on what the other major US pairs will be doing. So taking a look at the US dollar first, we can see on the weekly that we've been in quite a move to the upside, and from last week the move was to continue, and it did, and but we're at a very strong resistance area at this moment in time. It looks like we should be able to cut through and come back up into the next area of resistance, and for the daily it's looking very strong, and we're pushing. Looks like we're going to we should push out of here. However, just note that we could come back down one more time. It's possible that we could do that before we go. This is a very strong resistance area, so be prepared for that type of move. However, if not, we're cutting right through and heading straight to the upside in a hurry. Right, so that's the US dollar. So that would give impetus to trade Aussie. Of course, right now is sitting right at resistance on the daily. So on the weekly time frame, looking also very strong to push to the upside. Usually Aussie is going the opposite way, but because of the strength of oil and energy overall, we're getting this strong push. But we're sitting again at a very strong resistance. So be aware of that. Now taking a look at the euro is doing the opposite. It is heading straight down. Since the US dollar is trying to move to the upside, the euro will be doing the opposite. And you can see it is, in fact, heading straight down, and looking at this move to continue to the downside. So a breach of this line here, and we're on our way down even further, just like the US dollar looking to go long. We can look at the Japanese yen, and Japanese yen has been in a huge battle to save itself here, and it's not looking so good. Let's go to the monthly. Overall, you can see we're sitting right at a support, but it's looking rather bleak once we've broken that level. Looks like we've got a long way to go here. We might do a little bit of a jig here, but overall, we're heading to the downside in a hurry on the Japanese yen. Okay, let's take a look at British pound. British pound should be doing similar to what the euro is doing and heading to the downside. So you can see right now it's got a nice double top right there, and now we're heading to the downside very quickly here. Also had a head and shoulders pattern here, which gave us, actually if I draw that again, I'm going to draw this again, head and shoulders. We have a slanted shoulder here, so we have a slanted line. We've broken through that to the downside now, and it's looking rather bleak for the GBP for the British pound at this point in time. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin has been mired in this struggle for a while down here, but is all of a sudden has broken to the upside out of this mess that it was in. But this might be short-lived, so I would be looking for possible continuation to the upside here for this week. But then after that, we should be coming back down again. So sort of short term, we could push, but we are sitting at a very strong resistance area, so be mindful of that as well. Okay, let's take a look at the ETC. This is, I wanted to look at actually Ethereum, but I don't think I have Ethereum on here. So no, do not. Okay, so these should all be, of course, pushing similar to Bitcoin, but this one is not doing anything at all. It's just sitting there. Dogecoin is trying to make a move to the upside right now, so that will be a opportunity there for a play in Dogecoin. What else do we have? New Zealand. Do I have another coin? Don't think I have another coin. No. Okay, actually the Dash. That's the other one. Yes, and that's this one now is moving out quite strongly on the daily. So if I just go to the weekly real quick and take a look at this, we had quite the move to the downside, but now we've formed a strong 1, 2, 3 bottom, upside down, head and shoulders inverted, as they say, and we're looking to now push to the upside here in short order. Okay, so those guys. Let's take a look at the DAX. The DAX has been an interesting one over the last while. It was going really good for a while, but then just tanked completely back down to support and is now trying to push back to the upside. So it looks pretty strong. We have to get through this little mess that it's in, but it looks strong. We should push back up this week in the DAX. And okay, let's take a look at gold. Yeah, let's take a look at gold and crude oil. Gold, where is gold? There's gold. Okay, so on the weekly, gold very strong, but now it looks like we've got a little pullback, and it's having a little bit of a battle. So it should be interesting to see, does it continue to the upside this week, or well, we're going to fall through. Right now, it's looking a little bleak, but we shall see how that plays out. Right, again, it's been a battle with gold. It's tried very valiantly to move to the upside. Let's just go to the 4-hour and take a look at this, and we'll get a better idea. It looks rather bleak, I would say. So I think a breach of this level here, and we're heading to the downside more so than anything else at this point. So a little bit of weakness in gold going into this week. And crude oil, that's a different story with crude oil. It's been on a tear to the upside, and you can see it's very strong, but it's getting a little bit of a struggle going now. So is it going to continue? I'm going to go to the 4-hour as well, and it looks like maybe we have reached the point of no return, and we've got quasi head and shoulders here. So neckline, we breached that level. Let's say the 105 area, and we are coming back down in a hurry in crude oil. All right, let's take a look at the Dow. And on the daily, let's go to the weekly on the Dow. So Dow trying to push back now. It's really battling after pullback down to a support. It's now trying to push back to the upside. Does it have enough oomph? Let's see. It's been pretty strong, and right into the close this week, it pushed right to the upside. So let's see how it's going to shape up for this week. It's very much at a resistance area, so it's going to have a little bit of a struggle trying to go a little higher, but it might just do that, but maybe a little bit of a blip in the short term. But we might see one more push to break the highs before the week is out. So we'll see if that holds. Otherwise, we're heading nowhere but down. Okay, let's take a look at the U.S. technology sector, and it's a similar pattern. If I go to the daily on that one, same type of pattern. We've pushed up quite strongly, so we could be at this point where one more little push, and then all bets are off. Okay, and I think it's the same for most of the U.S. 500, same type of pattern. We might have one more push to the upside, but a little bit of a downer first, perhaps, before we get that one last push. If we don't get that last push, then we're heading nowhere but down. All right, so it's going to be an interesting week. The Russell 2000, let's see, is also similar, pushing to the downside, maybe in the short term, but could have one more push to the upside. You can see that actually, in actuality, we do have a head and shoulders form here, so this might be getting precarious, but we'll see. if in fact we do get one more push or it's all over for this move to the upside. All right, so that's a look at what's setting up for this week. Profitable trading to everyone. We're done now. Thank you.